Welcome to Cedar Crest Speed Lab. Today we're in the basement because it is still wintertime, but I'm trying to restore this seat from a 2001 Honda S2000. You'll notice that the driver's side bolster is slightly discolored from the rest of the seat. And the reason for that is the leather was pretty cracked and deteriorated on that side of the seat. So I ended up ordering a kit from leathertouchupdye.com that included filler and dye. So I filled all the cracks, sanded it down, and put about 8 coats of dye on it. What you'll notice though is that it's slightly different in the shade of red from the rest of the seat. And it doesn't have the same sheen as the rest of the seat. The reason for that is, over 17 years, the rest of the leather has a lot of embedded oils and waxes, which makes it look shiny and a little bit darker than what it was originally. So the goal of this little project is going to be to try and get the rest of the seat to lighten up a little bit and take the sheen away so that it looks a lot closer to the original red that the driver's side bolster now has. The way we're going to do that is by using a steam cleaner. And this is what we're going to end up using. This is a Dupre Neat steam cleaner that I got off of eBay, and it ran me about 150 bucks. Now, the nice thing about this unit is that it does heat the steam up to about 285 degrees, so that we're going to get the pores of this leather open, which should hopefully release those oils and waxes, which we can then wipe off. And in the end, I'm hoping again that we'll end up with a better looking finish that's both lighter and has less sheen than the seat currently has. Now, we're going to have to use a couple of different tools to get this done. The first thing is going to be the wand on the unit. It has a nice trigger on there to operate that jet of steam. We're going to need to agitate the surface of the leather by using this triangle attachment. You'll notice that it has a jet for the steam to come out, and it's got some bristles. But what we don't want to do is use these bristles directly on the seat. What we want to make sure we do is use the included microfiber bonnet. What we'll do then is put this right over the triangle brush attachment, and what this bonnet ends up doing for us then is it disperses that jet of steam so that we're not directing a fine mist of steam at the leather directly. We don't want to burn the leather or damage it in any way. This is going to disperse that heat and that steam real nicely for us. The microfiber is going to go ahead and agitate that surface and hopefully bring out some of the oils and waxes that are embedded. And we're also going to want to make sure that we follow up with a nice microfiber towel. This is not an extractor, it's just going to shoot that heated steam into the leather. We're going to have to wipe it up real quickly while it's still damp with this microfiber towel. So I'm going to be filling this with distilled water. That's the recommended type of water to use in this so that you don't calcify the internals of this unit. You can use tap water in a pinch, but I always recommend using that distilled water just so we don't have to worry about damaging this guy, because they're not cheap. I've gotten my money's worth out of this already. It's a great little steam cleaner for taking care of other projects around the house. If you don't have one, I'd recommend that you either rent one if you can, or save up your money and buy one. Like I said, this was about $150. Takes about 10 minutes to heat up to the proper temperature, and then we'll go ahead and get started on our project. Okay, our Dupre Neat steam cleaner has a green light on it, which means it's at 285 degrees and we're ready to go. So I'm going to first prime the system and get all the water out of the line so that we're just using straight steam. And there we go. It's quite hot. Now what we're going to do, we're not going to touch this area of the seat because this is my repaired area that's got some fresh dye on it. So it's in the condition that I want the rest of the seat to be in. So I'm going to go ahead and start on this bolster and we'll see what we get. And if this turns out okay, I'm going to go ahead and work my way around, stopping about here and just seeing how nice I can get this to match this original red that has been restored. If we do okay on this part of the seat, we'll move down here, then we'll attack this bolster and this bolster as well. I have repaired this bolster, but not the leather itself. I actually took the seat cover off and rebuilt this bolster because it was collapsed over years of getting in and out of the car, hitting this and squashing it. If you'd like to see how that's carried out, if you visit cedarcrestspeedlab.com and visit the technical articles section of the site, you'll see how I accomplished both this and this. It'll give you a very clear picture of how you can do this on your own seat if you'd like. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. We still have a green light on our steam cleaner, so we're ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger to release the steam, and here we go. Okay, that bonnet's coming off a little bit. We're going to go ahead and wipe that down with our microfiber. And we'll see how we're doing here. You can already see, I'm not sure how visible that would be in the camera, but I can already see that it's released a lot of that sheen. And we're looking pretty good. It's not lightening it up like I thought it would. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it again just to see what's going to happen with another blast of this steam. Make sure my bonnet's real nice and tight. And in case you're worried about the red coming off, it doesn't. All you're seeing on there is dirt. We're not taking any of this original dye off of the seat. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up again. Kind of hard to keep that bonnet on there, and you end up burning your fingers a little bit if you're trying to reattach that as you're going. Alright, I'm going to go over it again with my microfiber. And again, there's no red coming off, so we're doing okay. We're not ruining this leather in any way. All we're really doing is releasing the built-in waxes and oils that have been in there for probably 10, 15 years. So looking at it, it does look a tad lighter than up here. It's not as shiny as it was, which is good. So I think what we're going to do is just kind of let this sit, but I'm going to work my way around a little bit more. I can feel a real difference between this surface and this surface though. This feels like it's got more of a matte finish to it. It's not slick and oily, whereas up here I can definitely feel where it's a lot different in terms of its leather quality than down here. My hand just slides right across this now, whereas up here it just kind of gets stuck in various places, and it's really just because there's embedded oils in there. So I'm going to go ahead and move up to this section of the seat, and we'll give it another try here. Mighty hot. Go ahead and wipe that down a little more. Yeah, I can feel that's a lot slicker now. It's a lot nicer feeling, and my hand doesn't get stuck or caught up on any of those waxes that have been built in there. I'm going to go ahead and give that another shot of steam. And we'll go ahead and wipe that down with our microfiber. And boy, that does feel, quite a bit smoother. That microfiber just gliding across that now. Now I can see that we're doing a little bit better. We're not going to be able to match this color of red though. A little disappointed, but I'll continue on. We'll see what happens. So here's what the seat looks like after some vigorous steam cleaning. The video doesn't really reflect it because of the lighting from above, but the leather is actually a lot more of a matte finish than it was before. It's lost all of that sheen that it had, and that's what I was going for. The unfortunate part is that it did not lighten the red at all. So again, my bolster on the left side of the seat still appears to be a different shade of red, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I guess I can't feel too badly about it because I did cut a piece of the door card leather from the inside of the door panel to send in to get matched, and obviously that hasn't been exposed to any leather treatments or sunlight or anything over the years like the rest of the seat has. So I think what I'm looking at on that driver's side, left side bolster there is that's what the car should have looked like from day one from the factory. The rest of the seat, unfortunately, is just darkened a little bit because of all of the treatments, the leather treatments that it's absorbed over the years. So I guess I can't feel too bad about it because I'm guessing that as I treat this seat moving forward, that left side of the bolster is going to come in line and maybe darken a little bit with the rest of the seat. That's my hope anyway. We'll just have to see how that pans out over time. I know it's going to look a lot more off when I'm under the sunlight, and I'm not going to like it that much, but for the inexpensive fix that I tried on it, I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. So that said, that's how you steam clean a seat. Hopefully you'll have good results on yours. Thanks for watching.